Hey, this is Rudy Mendez, aka Live Bandit. I wanted to give y'all a little update. I know it's been a long while since I have posted a video. I went into some really bad depression, a really bad time in my life. There was some recent life changes that have happened, and I struggled a little bit with the depression. I got manic in a few times, which when I'm in my manic phases, I go a little nutso. But I've struggled with the depression more. I am bipolar depressive, with major depression, and I had some rough times. So I apologize that I haven't made a video in a while. But I wanted to give y'all an update on where I'm at. I've had some major life changes, a couple of them that have really affected me in my life. One of them I'll get into detail. The major one I'll get into detail, in a later video to give y'all an update about, the situation there. But the main one that I want to talk about today was me losing my job. So major life change happened in July, and then August I lost my job. There was a difference of opinion, maybe, or termination, whatever you want to call it. But I no longer work for the company that I had a career with. I was with them for 14 years, and now all of a sudden I'm out of a job. So my side hustles have become my main hustles, which I do some vending machines, as well as I drive for Lyft and Uber now. And so I battled that depression. My sobriety was not in question, but kind of in question. And what I mean by that is it wasn't in question by me, because I relied on my higher power. So I've actually been able to stay sober, and stay sober pretty darn strong. What I've done is just kind of lived a stress-free life. What I've been able to do is have a life balance instead of a work-life balance, which I struggled with over the past few years. And work was getting stressful. The place that I was at was not helping my sobriety lifestyle. There was something else not helping my sobriety lifestyle, and I'll get into that later on down the road. But with my sobriety, I've always said it comes first, and without the circles of support in my life, I wouldn't be as strong as I am now. And so even though I lost my job, I'm living more of a stress-free life. I'm doing something on the side. They call it a side hustle, which has become my main hustle. So I've been doing some vending machine work, and I've been doing some Lyft driving in order to support my life. And the work-life balance now is actually surprisingly awesome. I'll get back to the circle of support now. And so circle of support has really been helpful to me in my sobriety. And so, and what I mean by that is, when these life changes have happened, I've had a lot of people call me and ask me, am I okay? Are you doing okay? And the end result is they're trying to figure out if I'm gonna stay sober. I had a really hard time in my life right before I got sober, with a lot of death in my family, a lot of life changes, and just a lot of those gorillas on my back coming to surface. And so they all knew my struggle. They all helped me out with my sobriety early on. And when these life changes happened, they really helped me out. And by asking, how are you doing? What's going on? Are you okay? Is your sobriety at risk? And by them asking, those circles of support asking about my welfare and my well-being, that's helped me stay sober. That's helped me stay strong, because I'm doing the sobriety thing for me. I'm not doing it for anybody else, but I also don't want to let anybody down. And if I if I take that first drink or I do that first drug, it's going to result in my death, because I don't think I'd be able to be strong enough again in order to get sober. And so with everybody in my circles of support asking me how I'm doing, that right there keeps me going. That right there keeps me strong. That right there is why I am sober now, even with these major life changes that have happened in my life recently. And so my suggestion to anybody who's trying to get sober or staying sober during some major life changes is be present in your circles, be present in your support and what I call family, which is friends that have become a family. And so be present there, because if you are, you're going to realize that family is well worth staying sober. Because if I take that first drink or do that first drug, then I'm going to lose that family, and they mean a lot to me. They are a huge support to me, and I love all of them. Well, the majority of them, and I love all of them because what they've done for me in my sobriety. And so my suggestion is make sure that you have circles of support. Make sure that you have people that love you, people that are there in your corner for you, and really enjoy the sober you. So that being said, get out in the community, do some charity work, start building those circles so that, you know, when the time comes and you got to deal with some major life changes, you can really just stay strong. So that being said, I'm going to end off the video, but what I'm going to talk about is why my hair is purple and why my goatee is purple. Well, the orange is kind of showing. So one of the circles I run in is charity foundations. And I do Bike MS, which I've talked about before, which is how I stay pretty fit and how I really get my exercise and my therapy by swimming, running, and biking. But a couple weeks ago, or last weekend, I should say, we had Bike MS here in San Antonio, and I challenged my cycling team that if we raised over $60,000 that I would dye my hair. Well, I dyed it. This side was green, this side was green, this side was orange, and on the bottom, this side was orange, this side was green. And so we hit 70,000 or 60,000. Now we're right about 75,000. So we're still trying to fundraise. I'd like to see if we can hit $100,000 this year in Bike MS. And if we can, you know, I'll probably do something else crazy with my hair, my face, or, you know, something crazy. But this past weekend was the Alzheimer's walk, and Alzheimer's color is orange or purple, and so I dyed my hair purple in support of that charity and that cause, because, you know, I've lost someone in my life that battled with Alzheimer's and just, you know, passed away due to complications. And I've got a couple other people in my life that deal with dementia that, you know, might end up with Alzheimer's because of their hereditary past. So, you know, that's one of the circles, or a couple of the circles that I run in, because they're my family now. And I have to have my family in order to stay sober, because those are my loved ones. That's the people that I love. That's the people that love me and that have asked about my sobriety during these major life changes. So that being said, this is Live Bandit, and I'm out.